And that's Sports Talk with Jerry Aquino. When we kick off the show here, Kyle, Jerry Aquino, you want to tell everyone about your sports thoughts?
Fuck yeah. Who's playing again?
You know.
There you go. Fuck yeah, I do. Yeah. Fuck. Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to OK Bud, the podcast where everything's gonna be okay, bud. I am Ben Kissel at Ben Kissel1, joined by sports expert Jerry Aquino.
Hey, what's up? That's me, the sports expert.
Oh, yeah, dunk it.
Penalty flag! Jerry Aquino at Miss_Jerry. That's Jerii. Get it right. And Kyle Plouffe at Kyle Plouffe. Check out our... Thank you. Wow. Very Elvis.
Thank you very much.
That is the way,
Which is also, that's also Kyle's favorite shot, is the Elvis Presley shot.
It really is.
Which tastes like, it smells like peanut butter.
No,
Banana.
But it tastes like a Tootsie Roll, and Kyle drinks like a sorority girl.
He really does. And Elvis, you know what? He didn't drink. He just did pills.
He was a pill-popping animal.
Really bind it up in there with the opiates.
Yeah.
Check out the Patreon, patreon.com/diebud. Also, shoot us an email, okbudpod@gmail.com. Another fantastic episode for you. Hope you all are doing well out there. Let's get to a couple of updates. Let's start with Karen Reed, Boston's favorite bad girl. Did she kill her ex-boyfriend, or was it a cover-up by law enforcement? Kyle, can you get us updated right now? Karen Reed apparently called her cop boyfriend 44 times.
Yeah.
And left us.
That's insane. 44 times is a Boston level of insanity.
Yeah.
Okay, someone called me 5 times the other night, and I was like,
It's a lot.
You are blowing me up.
Yes.
44 times?
Yeah.
It's Boston. It's Boston.
That's insane.
You will respond.
She also took the time to leave voicemails, which really means that she loved him, because the voicemail, a rare thing these days.
Voicemail. Well, they are a little bit. They're like older millennials, so
Yes.
that makes sense. They're gonna do the voicemails.
If I see a voicemail, I immediately get stressed because I'm like, somebody's dead. I owe some money.
Right.
Something's wrong.
Yeah. My voicemails are maxed out right now, so no one can leave one, and that's where I like it.
Keep it right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw you called.
All right, fine. So then we'll have to send voice texts to you.
Yeah.
What's going on with Karen Reed, Kyle?
Okay, so every time we've kind of talked about this, you've brought in a story where I'm like, okay, that is the mainstream media just buying whatever the Commonwealth is, putting out there. It's all bullshit. Mm-hmm. This one's actually true. Karen Reed is a lunatic, but codependency doesn't make you guilty of murder.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think that's really what it is. She, if she's not calling her boyfriend all the time, she's like calling her dad, calling her mom, calling her friends. And that's how she ended up with these narcissistic people who, are taking advantage of her and putting her up for murder.
So do you think her defense team would just go up there to the jury and be like, members of the jury, Karen's a bitch.
Yes.
We all know that. But that doesn't mean she's a murderer.
Not a killer.
Yeah, she's very unlikable, very low Q score is what they do when you see how popular you are in the industry.
That's rough.
Yeah.
Which I still don't fully understand because she seems kind of cute to me, but all right.
Yeah, but she's got a leaky butthole.
Wait, what?
What the lead detective said he was going through her phone.
I think you want the leak detective on that.
He was texting.
I mostly specialize in butthole and butthole regularity.
Very good, very good low hanging.
The other cops were like, "What's going on?" He's like, "Oh, I'm going through her phone looking for nudes, can't find any." And they're like, "Oh yeah, she's hot, but she's got a leaky butthole because she has colitis."
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. They were sharing. They were like, "Damn, we didn't find anything on the bitch."
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like got a horrible Fall River accent too. They're just like shitting on her the whole time. That's why the guy got fired.
Jesus.
Yeah, as opposed to that pristine Boston accent.
Yeah.
Right.
She's from Fall River. She's trash.
So these voicemails are insane, but this is in a playbook, like what girls do all the time. They go, "Hey, I'm just worried about you. Please call me back." And then after, like, "Fuck you, you piece of shit. I'm never talking to you again." And they're like, "Oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. I'm really worried now." And they just keep going back and forth. That's what these 44 voicemails are.
Yeah, pretty much. And then one of them, like, they try to be like completely rational, where they're like, "Okay, I understand that the last 35 calls were a little manic, but now I'm just talking to you, just woman to man, just
Lover to lover.
Yeah.
Person to person, heart
Yeah.
to heart. Well, Karen Reed, she left these voicemails from 12:33 a.m. to 6:03 a.m. That was on January 29th of 2022.
Yeah.
One of the voicemails, she says, "John, I fucking hate you." She goes on to say, "You are fucking using me right now. You're fucking another girl." So
Yes.
she thought that he was boning out another gal. Is there any truth to that?
Yeah, she's guilty of that in multiple instances where she like goes and fucking yells at a woman because she thinks that John is cheating on her with this woman.
Okay.
And they're just like, I'm buying a drink next to him. I don't even know this guy.
And again, is John really that much of a ladies' man? I think maybe she has a little bit of a bloated ego.
She's
where
definitely insecure.
Well,
Right.
that's the good thing about like insecure hot chicks is that they think everyone likes you as much as they do.
That's the good thing about
Yeah, because they're
insecure
like, oh,
hot
like she
chicks.
really loves me and she thinks everybody else does too, but she's just stupid.
I can't tell you how many Benny Blancos there are out there where
Oh
it's just
my
like,
God.
I have no fucking clue how I pulled this. No clue.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell her how
No,
out
yeah.
of my league she is. I'm not going to mention it.
I know how
right.
that happens. A hot chick with an ugly dad. They always end up with uglier dudes all the time.
Whoa, what? What is
Theory.
How did you?
I'm going to come with a theory. I'm going to come with receipts.
Okay.
He's coming. He's
Right.
coming hard.
He's investigating here.
Yes.
So she called over 44 times under 5 hours that fateful morning. I would argue that this means that she didn't think he was dead because obviously she wanted him to read these messages or hear these phone voicemails. And if she did kill him, would she have called 44 times?
No,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Like anyone, and then some people do when they murder someone, they'll call the person's phone with their phone to be like, oh, I called them because I was
Yeah.
looking for them. And they try to put that. No one's going to go hard 44 times. She definitely was like, call me back. Call John, call me back.
There's also not all hours are the same. From 2 to 6 a.m. That is prime. You are so hammered.
Yep.
And you're not sleeping.
She's pacing. She's circling her room, crying.
It really is a interesting situation for the defense. But now, is this being used by the defense, or is the prosecution trying to use this as like, see, she hates him?
This is the prosecution trying to make her look bad, but like you said, it is actually proving the opposite, where if she actually killed him, she would not go this overboard.
Yeah.
And she was so mad that she thought he was cheating on her because he used to hook up with a girl that lived right around the corner from this house where he was found dead. So that's what she really thought, that he snuck out the back and went straight into that other girl's house.
Wow. I
so-
wish someone would love me the way Karen Reed loved John
No
O'Keefe.
way. No. This is the part that always kind of throws me is the whole like she stayed in the car. He left the car to go like check out the party or whatever. Like
Right.
it was all dark and he wanted to see what was going on. And then when he never came back, she just left and
Yeah.
was like, John, you pervert, you're fucking sleeping with somebody.
Right.
It's like, that's not what, I mean, she had to have been really, really hammered. 'Cause
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yes.
not something that I feel like if someone just got out of my car to go like check in on something,
Mm-hmm.
I would get out and be like, hey bud, what's going, where'd you go?
You know what? That's such a solid point. And sometimes they'll take jurors to like the crime scene so the jurors can really put themselves in the mind of the supposed killer. I think the jurors need about 25 shots of Jägermeister. And then they need to be asked, are you texting anybody right now? And then they're going to look at their phone and be like, I text Barry 44 fucking times too.
Oh, shit.
And I'm drunk. Oh, crap. All right, Karen, we get it.
I mean, she just drove off. She was like, oh, come on. And
Yeah.
she just immediately assumed the worst.
Immediately.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll keep you updated. That's what's going on right now. They're trying to defame the character of Karen Reed,
She's got that all by herself.
But
But
who-
she's innocent.
but she's innocent. Who amongst us has not texted a loved one? Well, absolutely hammered.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
A bunch of foul things.
This week.
Oh, my, literally, yeah. I
It happens.
have to try so hard.
All right, let's move on to another update. We talked about the woman who took a, quote, clean dump on the top of a woman's car.
Which was dirty as fuck.
That
It
was,
was not.
runnier than an egg.
Yeah.
Liquefied. I got this lady liquefied, but like in the wrong way.
You're right.
Like, yeah, this chick is super
She's
wet.
so
Like
wet.
liquid dump wet.
Oh,
Yeah.
good.
Mud butt wet.
I still got it. So it turns out that woman is not just a poo-poo creator, she's also a content creator on OnlyFans.
Only farts.
You would think it would be Duke or poop related, but no,
Yeah.
it is foot. She is a foot fetishist. She has a monthly subscription of only $7.99. Maybe we should lower the Patreon.
What? Oh my God.
Maybe we will.
No,
maybe we'll go to
no.
$7.99.
Show your feetsies, Ben.
No, my feet are so nasty. I faked ingrown toenails to get out of football when I was a sophomore in high school.
Faked ingrown
I faked
toenails.
ingrown, so they had to cut off my toenails on either end.
And they were fine.
They were fine. They were decrepit, and everyone was like, "Why aren't you playing football?" I was like, "My toenails."
My toenails hurt.
And they were all calling me certain words that start with F and end with "ot."
Fembot?
Yeah,
Yeah.
fembot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she is an OnlyFans star. She's a total star. Her name is Christina Salametto. Again, 44 years old. She's seen just dropping trow on top of this person's car. Her name on OnlyFans is Neens_toes. The name Neen is her handle name. Her page promises subscribers an intimate toe tally experience. So I think it's a pun.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, I do.
Knees and toes.
Yes, it's a toe tally experience, including decorated toenails, toe jewelry.
Decorated.
Which that's decorated. Is it a Christmas tree? Like,
Right.
am I going to open it up and
There's
get a
gonna be
PS5?
Right,
went
there's
to
gonna be
war.
a garland all over it. Yeah.
Right. Decorated toenails, toe jewelry, and personalized fetish content. This is what it says on her page. She says, "Hello, fans. Neen here, and I would love to show you my pretty toes decorated with your favorite color nail polish. Sometimes decorated in jewelry. Tiptoe with me, and you'll see. Come, C-U-M, with my feet and toes on a fabulous journey beyond your wildest dreams."
Okay.
So by the looks of her, well, I don't want to be rude, but she has the face for a toe model. I don't want to be mean.
You got a face for feet.
Yes. She found something that she's like, my toes are 10s, okay? I'm a 5, but my toes, those are a solid 20. So she also notes that she is willing to do special requests. So we'll see if some special requests come in.
The mud butt thing seems like a special request.
Yeah, can you shit on the hood of my car?
I feel like like
Seriously.
she just opened up a new avenue of things that she could possibly do. Not just only toes.
Not just only toes, it could indeed be only faces. And we're going to talk about some fetishes based on state here in a second because
Yeah.
it's a good little segue in a moment.
Oh, well, that's good. Well, you know
So-
what? I wonder if someone that has really long toes has has an OnCans for their long toes.
I'm sure
and
that
then,
they do.
And then they use salad fingers as like the
Oh
theme.
my God.
Slender toe.
And then they're like, oh, come see my little toe.
Oh my God, I love it.
Yeah.
I mean, I would just subscribe to that for the horror.
Just like
Yeah.
just like one toe creeping towards you.
Else we don't.
It's not the toe that you think it is.
Else, ma'am, mind if I sit on that toe? So she says that her content is very, very steamy. She says, quote, "You want me to fucking shit on you?
Ew.
I want 5K and I'm bringing a bodyguard." Because some of the messages, this is going to all be parlayed into more money for her.
Yeah.
This is America. This is the irony of capitalism, where no matter if things are bad or good, you can profit off of it. So she says some people have reached out to her. And again, she says, if you want me to fucking shit on you, I want 5K and I'm bringing a bodyguard. Her reply was sent via a Facebook account she operates. And her alias, this is the alias, it's Christina M. Shitehead.
So this has always been a part of her destiny.
I guess it really has been.
Yeah.
Obviously, she faces indecent exposure, harassment, criminal mischief, disorderly conduct, and depositing of waste on highway charges.
That's so
No.
weird.
Which
No.
is
You got to free my girl on that one.
Yeah, that one's like, did I really
Oh,
deposit
right.
it? She has not formally pleaded in court yet. She said the other driver called me a bad name. As we discussed, they called her a fat bitch. So I dropped a deuce instead of turning violent. So her argument is I could have gone crazy instead.
I went
just went number
psycho.
2. Yeah, exactly. I just went number 2 all over this person's hood.
That shit was violence.
Yeah, that was pretty violent shit.
Poop is violence.
Yeah,
Poop is violence.
poop is violence.
Although, is it protected under your First Amendment rights?
To have your own shit running down your legs.
Is shit speech? It's speech.
No, but it's not.
It's a butt belch.
It's a butt belch.
Close to speech.
It's close to speech.
It's not close to speech.
A belch is close to speech.
It's not close to speech. That wasn't even what a belch sounds like.
That isn't actually. That sounded more
That
like
was a
something
butt
got
belch.
pulled out of a butt. Yeah, well, okay, if it's a butt belch, that
was
might
a
actually
butt
work.
belch.
That works. Police, they don't agree with her. They say there were weird exchanges between the two. The victim was taking an aggressive stance toward the defendant. They say no, not at all. So apparently, and I might tend to agree the person that took the dump on the car may have been the aggressor.
Yeah.
Yeah, you think?
I think so.
Yeah.
Her mugshot, she's absolutely thrilled to be there as again. According to the police chief, this is so funny. This is like the most difficult police work they have had done in like a decade. They say no one wants this to happen in their town.
Yeah.
It's not like the Boston Marathon bombing.
Right.
I mean, no one wants this to happen in their town, I guess.
Well, apparently she's getting a lot of messages from people that do.
Yes, he says the recognition a town gets over this is kind of a thing. It's really unwelcome. We don't want this.
Well, too late. This is what you got.
You already got it.
You already got it. You're crap town now.
Yep.
So anyway, if you want to look at her feet, she's going to be on OnlyFans. Have a nice time with her.
Yep.
And again, $5K, she'll bring a security guard and she'll dump on you or with you or to you. That's one of those fetishes that I do my cross. I do my sign of the cross and say, thank you for not giving me that one.
As the bodyguard, what's your fee for this?
Man, it better not
Half.
be just a bag of shit.
Like if like the girl, yeah, she's like, I just need you to stand outside this room and make sure that you don't hear me like screaming for like my dear life.
Right.
Or you coming inside with me, watching things. Maybe you're gonna be privy to the smell.
That's why bodyguards, they just know so much. If I was a woman or a gay man, I'd find myself a bodyguard.
Yeah,
They keep secrets.
they keep secrets. Yeah, yeah.
They are, and there are female bodyguards actually. I can find myself one of those Israelis.
What?
That's what I need.
They had a bodyguard come into our Airbnb when it was my cousin's bachelor party, and he was just like an 80-year-old guy that was an old gangster. He took we had strippers come to the house.
Sure.
And the actual bodyguard was in the Dunkin' Donuts bag. He took a revolver out of the Dunkin' Donuts bag and put it on the table. It was like, don't fuck around, guys. Like, okay. No problem.
The stripper's bodyguard?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A revolver out of a Dunkin' Donuts bag.
Wow.
Did the marriage last?
No.
It didn't. I'm absolutely stunned.
That's the cousin that went to Bristol, Plymouth, too, where they found the body.
Wow.
You are blowing that dude's spot up. Again, Neens_toes. Check out her feet. All right. A new survey has come out, and it lists the kinkiest states in the United States.
Oh.
Okay.
So we've also got I did a little I do my deep dives.
Yes, you do.
So I got this broken down by state. Believe it or not, it's pretty on brand. Vegas, Las Vegas, Nevada. Nevada is the raunchiest place.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the
yeah.
kinkiest state in the union. They do this based upon how many strip clubs are there, how many adult toy stores are there, and also online searches for fetish-related terms such as pegging, BDSM, and they also look at how many OnlyFans accounts are in each state. So they have this stuff really well down.
Obviously, it's going to be mostly in Vegas, too.
Yes, the name of the company that got all of this data is Smut Finder.
Oh.
And again, they have 5 metrics. It also includes strip clubs, as I believe I mentioned. So the data is adjusted for the population of each state, and it is based on per capita amount of searches, and again, clubs and stores. So the goal, of course, they say, is not to kink shame. According to Smut Finder spokesperson, they say, better insight into where interest in adult content and experience is most concentrated. That's our goal. These rankings aren't about judgment. They're about understanding. Whether you're quietly curious or proudly adventurous, it's fascinating to see how different regions express interests on their own terms. So, when it comes to the kinkiest of all the states, Nevada #1, followed by Colorado, Oregon, and Texas. Rounding out the top 5 is Wyoming. The least kinky states, you might imagine this list. It's interesting. New Jersey, Delaware, South Dakota, Rhode Island.
Family places.
Then Connecticut, and then Wisconsin. So
All of the family places.
All of the family places. So what are those states getting into?
What are they? Well, that's why they're all in a bunch of cheaters.
It could be.
They're up to cheating.
I want to start with number 7 on the least fetishy state. That is Wisconsin. The #1 fetish search? Socks.
Ew.
Because it's cold.
What?
So Wisconsin, the beauty in Wisconsin, and I mean this with all the love in the world, it's a cozy love. It's cold. You want a nice, thick, German, butted-breasted woman, and probably vice versa. You want someone that can cuddle you and keep you warm at night.
You want to hibernate.
You want to hibernate?
Yes.
So for Wisconsin, they just really went practical, and the fetish is just keeping your feet warm.
Oh, yeah, that's adorable.
Or everybody has diabetes and they need compression socks.
Well, that's also very possible.
Also very true.
And then you can have sex.
Does that mean that they want to watch people having sex with socks on, or do they watch people jerking off into socks?
Man.
That's what you do when you're in high school.
Well, it's still. I mean, it's in their search engine, so it could be.
I think it's.
that.
I've got to imagine it's just people in high stockings, but it doesn't say stockings. It says socks.
Socks is very specific. Yeah.
Yeah. So
some people think it's pretty rude to fuck with your socks on.
Well, that was the myth that Roger Stone started about the former governor Spitzer in New York. He said that Spitzer fucks with his socks on, black socks, even though that's never been proven. But he's like, if people think this guy has sex with black socks on, they're just going to be like, he's weird. Because it is a little weird.
It is a little weird.
It's a little like we got 15 minutes before the bank, opens.
Yeah.
Come and have sex with boss.
Well, sometimes the fan is going, and your feet are going to be all up in the air anyway. So you're like, I just want to keep my toes nice and warm.
Mm-hmm. When it comes to the East, it's interesting. What state is this, Kyle? Which one is that?
What the hell?
That's upstate New York.
That's upstate New York.
Yeah.
They want giantess.
Oh, that's fun.
Oh.
Big old gals.
Giantess syndrome.
You got to go to Wisconsin for that.
Well, that's the irony.
Well, do you know like a giantess trick that people use is that they'll just like put their iPhone on the ground and then like record themselves just like kind of like walking like a Godzilla with like giant heels and stuff, and then like the perspective is like, oh my God, I'm so small.
Yeah,
you're
there's
so large.
a weird like thing on TikTok where these like hot chicks put on like giant heels and they act like they're 7 feet tall and they say they're the tallest women on the internet.
Yeah.
Very odd.
That's the giant dress.
But they're really like 5'10".
Yeah.
But they're like, I'm 7 feet tall.
Well,
Right.
And then guys are like, yeah.
Oh my God, I feel like a toddler
My
again.
dick is so small.
Why is this a thing?
It all really does stem from when you're a kid, right? So you're like looking up at your aunt, and then it's just so bizarre.
It is really bizarre. And also, you'd think that all the tall girls would get like some love. I feel like
They do.
they get very like insecure about like their heights and stuff. But
Well-
then people are fetishizing them secretly.
It's because only short guys really love really tall chicks.
Everyone loves everybody. Okay. Well, for me, it's difficult because I'm 6'7". So if I get with someone 6 feet, it's just very difficult being bigger because you can't fit anywhere. And I would feel bad if I had a kid who was like 7'5", and then all of a sudden they're all uncomfortable their whole life and they die young.
Oh, so you like on purpose want to?
Well, like 5'5", just someone. I got to equal this out.
You got to equal it out.
It's such. I don't want my child to not be able to fly. Sticking with the East, wrestling, huge, smoking and ball busting.
What does that mean? Doesn't that mean like just like,
Roasting.
Like roasting you in a
Yeah.
joke?
No,
I'm just busting your balls.
I wish. I know a gal in the biz in Las Vegas, and she's very, very sweet. But she has sent me some videos, and there was a man that she was with. He paid her $80,000.
Oh my God.
And he said, "You don't get this unless I bleed out of from my penis hole."
Whoa.
So she said, I was like, "Oh my God."
Oh no.
And I was like, what do you do? She's like, "I just think it's funny." So she wears heels, and she sent me this video, and it is, I can't believe it that he's able to deal with this. He was a farmer from South Dakota.
Wow.
And he's got just a normal South Dakota farm life, and he goes to Vegas once a year. He goes to this girl that I know, and he just gets his nuts slammed.
Oh my God.
That's amazing.
Yes. I haven't heard of this before. Smotherbox. Smotherbox.
Mother box.
Yes.
Probably just ride in your face till you get smothered.
Oh, right.
That's my guess.
Yeah, that's a pretty solid guess. I don't know why we were so behind on
I
that.
nicknamed my mouth the 101. Let's go for a drive. And then whatever state this is, it's just fart.
Oh.
Which state is
gross.
that? You're from there.
It's the gross one.
That's Tennessee or,
That ain't
or
Tennessee,
And that's not
you
Tennessee.
dumb. It's not Wisconsin. It's on the
North
East Coast.
Carolina.
You are
North
so.
Carolina.
You are absolutely.
It looks like North Carolina.
It's not North Carolina. We're in the East.
Then why I wonder it was
North Carolina's on the East Coast.
Yeah, North Carolina's
No, it's not. Look.
Yes. That's North Carolina. That's South Carolina.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. No, sorry. That's West Virginia.
Turn off the show, everybody.
Well,
It doesn't. Don't get your information about the maps from us.
No one
Yeah.
said this was a geology show.
Geography.
Geography. Oh, my God.
Freaking moron.
We're retarded.
Oh my! No one said this was a geology show. Yeah, no one did say that.
Why people want us to talk about politics? Why? This is
Exactly.
what we can't. We don't know the difference between astronomy and astrology, geology and geography,
Sound like Katy Perry.
face sitting and fucking ball busting.
Oh my God!
Smother boxing.
I'm ready to go to space.
I'm ready. You are.
You're already there.
Yes, indeed. So, what? One state is just fart, okay? And
Well,
Illinois.
that's Idaho.
There we go. Thank you. Thank you. Breast expansion. That's really big.
Expansion.
Yes, breast expansion.
Does that mean they want to see someone like
Breast expansion.
going through?
That's like
the
in
boob
real
job?
time. They're just getting bigger.
Yep. Anyway, so yeah, basically a lot of vor, breast expansion, fart, enema. That's big. I believe that's in that was in the Oregon area. Is enema?
I had never heard of vor till
Yeah,
you told
I
me
was
what
just,
it was.
I was just about to ask, what is vor?
It's like it's a giant thing that like eats you sexually or something.
You are basically just a little action figure, and they put you in your mouth. They put you in their mouth, and then you go through their digestive system. It's again
What?
goes back. And
Oh
And
my
there's
God!
One,
This is
two,
okay.
three,
not
4,
for-
5, 6, 7 states that do. That's their top thing.
We can
Yes.
thank the Magic School Bus for that. Thank you, Mrs. Frizzle. Every fucking kid grew up and was like, I wonder what it's like to actually fucking do that.
absolutely.
What?
And maybe this will bring everybody together. Washington, Texas, and Florida tickling. Their biggest fetish
Do
is
not tickle me.
Yes. So isn't that interesting?
I have a friend that's really into that. I think it's so weird.
I hate that so much. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I know friends that are into it. As
They
well.
watch like tickle fights and stuff on the internet.
Oh my god, I can't. No, I can't do it.
I don't know.
I'm already laughing constantly. I can't, and I can't. I don't do the tickling.
I had older brothers, so tickling to me is traumatizing because it hurts.
Yeah,
Yes,
Not funny.
Yeah.
they do it until you cry.
According to C4S spokesperson Avery Martin, what do you do for a job? I'm a spokesperson for mostly cum news. They say, as we enter 2025, the data shows several converging trends. We've seen tremendous growth. Not only this is, I love that they're trying to make this seem like it's not what it is. We've seen tremendous growth, not only in giantess and vor fantasies, but also in chastity, ball busting, and pegging.
What exactly is? You know what? I don't want. Never mind. I'll just look it up later.
What you gonna look up?
Ball busting.
You know what it is. I just told you. You smash the male testicles until the person comes blood.
The two most disturbing ones are Utah with balloons and CPR. CPR, like
Yeah.
you're dying, like, oh yeah.
Oh,
That's
that is
weird.
interesting. Yeah, they got that giggity
Staying alive.
one cum at a time. They got that giggity guy from Family Guy doing it.
Quagmire.
Quagmire.
Yeah.
So apparently, this is what they say. The giantess fetish, it's New York, New Jersey, Tennessee, Indiana, and the District of Columbia, and also Arizona. Why do so many Americans have the hots for humongous? Martin explained, well, there's a public resurgence of masculine energy. Privately, men are fantasizing about powerful women. It may be, oh my God, this is so lame. This is him talking. It may be alpha in the streets, but it's beta in the sheets.
Oh,
Wow. Wow.
I'm an alpha in the streets and a beta in the sheets.
good Lord.
I don't know.
Yeah. I'm more of an alphabet in the sheets and a Glinda in the streets.
Oh, that's very cute and kind of childish. So following close behind is the kinky vor. Now, this is defined as again, being consumed or consuming somebody else. Now, this is according to this little article here. They say this is what Armie Hammer, the actor, was referring to. That's why they called him a cannibal. But evidently he says, no, I'm just into vor. So he didn't want to eat the person. Literally, he wanted to, I don't know, I guess pretend that they can fit in his mouth or
He
something.
wanted the person to experience his entire digestive tract.
And that's very popular. Again, Nevada, California.
That's so weird.
So they want, I guess technically this is it's a feminist movement.
Yeah.
They want a big, strong woman.
led
And
by
they just want to be a little toy.
led by Miss Frizzle herself. This is totally just Magic School Bus written all over it. Everyone just wants to take a field trip inside our organs.
Also, if anyone says I'm alpha in the streets and a beta in the sheets, I would actually want it either. I would want it flipped.
Yeah.
Give me a little beta in the streets.
Yeah,
And then
no.
just fucking unfurl a massive dong and a bunch of whips and just be like, now it's my time to take home. I think that's what women would prefer.
Yeah, I think that is what women prefer.
Yes. So they say part of the explanation may lie in volume. This expert talks about a lot of different theories. They say the number of searches nearly doubled in the past year. Americans are increasingly open to exploring more fetishes as states are finding out their certain freak. Yeah, again, it was Wyoming with CPR and enemas in Oregon, and then Iowa bringing in the biting. And just lastly, because I want to make fun of Minnesota, and this is something that they can certainly do with their wives if you're in Minnesota and you're married, hog tying.
Ooh.
Hog tying.
Well,
Yes, isn't that kind of nice?
I guess so. You could also just, buy a game of Twister.
Buy a game of Twister.
Have at it.
Have
get,
fun.
Get your limbs all.
All right. Well, good job, America. Let's take off the puritanical hat and put on our fun caps and have a good consensual time eating people and farting on people and face sitting,
Voring
and wrestling and latex and giantess.
Yeah. Ooh, latex.
Resuscitating sexually.
And then one state there is tape. It is tape, which is interesting. Which I don't know exactly what that means.
It means
Scotch tape?
it means they want the one piece of tape over your mouth while you sleep.
Oh,
And
so
then-
you don't
and then,
snore.
And then we have sex. It's very sweet.
Well, I'm sure, let's move on. I am sure everyone watched the unbelievable fashion that took place this weekend at the Met Gala.
Yeah, unbelievably underwhelming.
It was a,
It always is.
well, no, it's not.
No, it's not. Sometimes
Yes.
Kim Kardashian just decides to be a fucking shadow. And it's and Doja Cat decides to be an actual cat. Like, it's not always, but this time everyone was pretty within the margins of the theme.
I think that white people specifically were very confused because the theme was like black excellence and black history of
Right.
fashion history, right? And I think white people are like, is this going to be cultural appropriation? Somebody just dressed as the Lion King from Lion King or whatever. But one person did get into a little bit of trouble, and I don't know, is this honoring the memory of a civil rights icon or not? Blackpink, it's the name of a K-pop band, and one of their members is named Lisa. She sparked a little bit of controversy when she wore undies. No, that's not the problem. Rosa Parks was on her face, was on her underwear. And some people said that's just disrespectful to the woman who kicked off some of the largest civil rights moments in this nation's history. But what do you think, Jared?
Well, you were able to see the underwear. Can I
Yes.
see a photo of this underwear?
Yeah, it's right here.
I want the full outfit.
So this is
because it looks really small. Like, it's just a.
so that's her buttocks there, and you can
okay.
see
It's like a bunch of like lace. It's like lace patterning that makes Rosa Parks' face.
exactly.
That is
So
so
that was
cute.
the back. This is the
Yeah.
front. And some people say it's disrespectful, but
Why she put Rosa Parks at the front?
I was gonna say, yeah, I think it's a statement because she's like, get to the back, but she doesn't want the anal. She wants it to stay in the front.
oh, that's a
I
good
feel
point.
like. Okay.
Sure.
Why is that a good point?
I don't
What
know. I was
point
just trying
did
to
you just
move
make?
on.
Rosa Parks' face, get to the back. That's what they told her, and she said no.
I feel
I'm gonna
like
stay in the
you
front.
should
I'm
have let
staying
it-
up here.
You should have let this.
My
die with
lips hurt.
Wow.
Wow, that's great.
She said my feet hurt.
So Rosa was like, I want to be in the labia of this bus, not in the butthole.
Yeah, I belong in the Majora,
Yeah.
But
not the menorah.
some people think it was offensive.
Yeah.
And I say anything that keeps the memory of Rosa Parks alive is okay with me. I'm also a little bit biased because this chick looks super freaking hot. And I don't mind that. But, I guess when you have a theme like this, it's bound to have some controversy. What say you, Jerry?
Just like no pants.
No pants. That's the whole thing. That's her entire outfit.
That's her silly little outfit.
Yeah.
I think it's
Is it
it's
That's your hot take is
it's like a little bit creative. She gets points for like slight creativity, but I feel like she threw a lot at the walls and
It looks like different people.
It might be a series of civil rights black women.
Oh.
Just riding up her booty.
I think I see Ruth Bader Ginsburg somewhere near her labia.
Yeah.
But
Oh no.
some people
Apparently she worked with artist Henry Taylor on the look, and he's very proud of it. So
he's proud of it.
that was the most controversial.
It's probably just the most offensive that Rosa Parks is in the backside.
Maybe.
She's just supposed to be in the front.
Well, I think she's in the front, and that's it. Because on the back, it looks like this is the front.
Yeah, thank you. I can see it.
Right, that's the front of the panties.
That's the front of the
Yeah.
woman.
Yeah.
It must be kind of fun to just wear underwear out, to kind of freeing, liberating.
I wonder if she just felt like she had no pants on. I would have just felt like I had no pants on.
I think that she did have no pants on. She probably felt
For
like
sure.
that.
She probably felt like that because she did.
But fire off in the comments or shoot us an email, okbudpod@gmail.com. Is it okay to wear underwear of civil rights heroes? Let us know.
I think it's weird that she's wearing like Louis Vuitton and has like a very expensive purse and is,
It's
celebrating someone from public transit.
Well, also, Kyle did point out in a borderline racist statement yesterday
Oh, my
that
God.
Rosa Parks' husband did have a car.
He had a car, but she had been
He was
trying
like,
to do
no,
this
you're
for
taking the
weeks.
bus, Rosa. And then her husband, this whole thing could have been avoided.
It was all like a
It was-
political thing.
It was a plan.
Her husband was driving behind for like 10 stops being like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Someone move her to the back already. So
Every time she got fully kicked out of the bus, he's like, "Come on, let's go.
Get in the car.
Get in the car. Wait." Yeah.
You have to sit in the back though.
That's not funny.
Social change is difficult, and you do have to plan it in many ways, just like this woman planned her outfit for the Met Gala, which I still don't know what it does.
It's a little messy. Like the silhouette is not like there's no silhouette. It's not there. It's pattern on pattern on pattern, textures on textures. It's just like it's just like a blah kind of a mess.
It's a blah.
So it's like I couldn't even focus on. People would have to tell me that that I have to zoom in onto the underwear to look at something that I should be outraged.
Okay.
It's like so much going on and yet not enough. Again, underwhelming.
Underwhelming underwear.
Yep.
All right. Well, let's move on. Let's talk about another state, South Carolina. Let's talk about pranks.
Okay.
Now, we love our pranks. I mean, actually, I'm not a prank guy.
I'm not really a prank guy.
Yeah.
I get upset. There was somebody, totally psychotic person I'm not going to get into that, but they threw a surprise birthday party for me when I was 31. And I told them, I said, do not throw a surprise birthday party for me. She tried to ruin my life in an article too, which is so funny.
Interesting.
It's an awful person. But she did. And it was so embarrassing because I wasn't prepared to be around 50 people and I wasn't showered. And I don't like to, I am a people person, but I also need to be like slightly prepped for 50
to be ready
people.
for it.
Yeah.
You know, I was expecting like a one-on-one kind of lunch.
No, yeah, you need like social, like mental preparation.
But this man really made that experience seem absolutely fine. A South Carolina man hid in his ex-girlfriend's shower. He then pulled a knife on her, and he's calling it a prank to, quote, lighten the mood.
How much darker was the mood before? What the?
Right?
That was lightening the mood?
Yeah. Jackson Collum Arnold, 25, used a pair of his ex's bike shorts and a hat to cover most of his face, but was naked from the waist down as he gave his girlfriend, quote, a paralyzing scare around midnight. That's according to Charleston cops.
Oh my God.
This is not a good prank.
So,
Don't do this. So also, it seems like he might just be saying, hey, yeah, it was a joke. It's a joke.
Yeah, it is a joke.
He's butt-ass naked from the waist down with a knife. And he looks like an innocent enough kid, but also he's got those Caucasian features that say, I might snap at any moment.
Yeah.
Yep, he really does.
So the victim accused Arnold of holding a knife to the side of her head. And when she pushed him away, he pretended he was slicing her throat. Though the knife didn't touch skin, he then allegedly choked her before the victim yanked the shorts off the suspect's face and discovered the man attacking her was her on again and off again, I would assume that mostly off again now, boyfriend.
Jesus.
The victim told the police she feared for her life and thought she was about to be raped inside her garage apartment before she saw it was Arnold. But then they call him a lousy jokester, claimed to authorities he only snuck into her home to, quote, surprise her, and again to, quote, lighten the mood after the pair got into a fight over text earlier that night.
Oh, my God.
This makes Karen Reed look really normal.
Yeah.
Right.
His underwear was reportedly found inside the bathroom, though he did have a pair of jeans on when the police reached the scene. So he did put jeans on to cover up his cock and balls.
Oh, that's good.
Arnold allegedly went to great lengths to carry out this ruse, including parking several hundred feet from the property the victim shares with her family. He also kept his cell phone at home because he might have been sharing his location with her using the Life 360 app. I think he wanted to kill her.
Yeah.
If you're tracking someone like that, that sounds pretty fucking scary.
It sounds like the plan fell apart somehow, and so he had to be like, just kidding.
Yeah. I'm not sure why this whole it's a practical joke thing is really taking off as a possible theory, because I think he was going to kill his ex-girlfriend.
Sounds like he was definitely aiming for that.
But he was booked for assault and battery, first-degree burglary, and possession of a weapon during a violent crime. This is filed under, this is the New York Post, it's filed under crime and pranks.
Why?
I am not seeing the prank.
Yeah, where's the funny part?
Smile, you're on candid camera.
Right. What?
I'm Chris Hansen. That's the new candid camera.
Jesus.
So I don't. So his defense is going to be like, Your Honor, raffle, lol,
Yeah.
YOLO.
JK.
I think the one thing that he does have going for him is that he didn't plunge the knife into her neck.
That's really nice. That's true.
Yeah, so that was pretty nice of him.
That
Yeah.
is very nice. That's
Yeah.
great for her.
Yeah.
I mean, she's still probably going to be slightly traumatized.
Oh, definitely.
Do you think she's going to get back with him?
She probably will as soon as he gets out.
You know, it's just something about his sense of humor. Yeah. I just think I think it's funny.
You guys don't see him when you guys aren't around.
You don't know him.
I mean, some couples do share the reason they're together because they share the weirdest sense of humor of all time.
Yeah.
And they laugh at the strangest shit, and
Yeah.
you're like, all right, I get it now. Speaking of different attractive levels, that can be a great equalizer. Is be like, he laughs when kids get shot too. I also laugh. Like our favorite show is School Shooting.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then you're like, okay, maybe you guys are good for each other. Or horribly wrong.
Yeah.
Remember the movie The Game?
No.
Yes.
It's an old movie. And basically, I'm going to spoil it. Spoiler alert from 30 freaking years ago.
Michael Douglas.
Oh.
Basically, the entire movie, he's completely tortured. He thinks his entire family is dead and people are trying to kill him. And at the end, he falls through a glass ceiling.
Yeah.
And then he lands and they're like, happy birthday.
Yeah, he lands on.
And then he's like, that was pretty good, guys.
What?
That's what this is. It's like, it was a joke. And it's like, well, you really
What
need
it
to
was a horrifying psychological thriller.
traumatized forever.
Yeah.
Absolutely traumatized forever.
That's horrifying.
So,
I would never talk to my family again.
oh no, I'd be real mad.
Yeah.
I'd be like, I thought you were going to kill me and stuff.
Yeah.
So I don't like that. So let's move on to other crime news. Next, on Thursday, we'll get into some robot news because I always like to talk about robots. They're going crazy.
Yeah.
But I said that on the
Robots
last
are
episode.
roboting.
But let's talk about some fun little crime stories today.
Okay.
So a person, they were wielding a rifle-shaped bong. And I searched this yesterday. Kyle, if you search rifle-shaped bongs, I didn't know they existed, but they look like they hit really good. Take a look at a rifle-shaped bong.
They look like real guns.
They look like real
real
guns,
guns.
and they look like you will get sterned to the burn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
One is a shotgun, one's an AR. Anyway,
Does it go when you pull the trigger?
it looks like, so you light it at the barrel. I think
Right.
you suck the gun, which is, it is what it is.
Suck the
That-
And yeah, maybe you do. Maybe that is like the hole on the side.
Yeah, right. You
you push
you release the little air.
It does seem slightly like I'm really close to committing suicide.
Yeah, it's a little weird. It's a little uncomfortable.
This guy caused an entire lockdown in an Oregon town. He was waving around what looked like a rifle, but again, it was a massive
Was a
bong.
bong.
So police showed up, and they're like, the object he was carrying turned out to be a bong in the shape of a semi-auto rifle. And I'm just going to say this to you. Weed is about peace. It's about love.
Yeah.
Why we got a violent? I've never understood that back in the day where they're like, weed will make you go and rob a bank, and it's like, nah, it'll make me be like, why does money matter?
Yeah.
What is a bank? Why do we need those other than the popsicles and the lollipops they give you?
Yeah. You get high, try to rob a bank, you'd be like, there's too many people here.
Too many people.
Yeah.
What am I
Apparently.
going to do with all this money? So
Paranoid.
cops initially received calls that the suspect, Jacob John Daniels, was stalking the parking lot of an Albertsons. And that's high class. Albertsons are high end. Also, to make this even less acceptable, if this person was 18, it's not acceptable, but it's slightly more. The guy was 47 years old. And it was 12:21 p.m. He was threatening to kill people and motioning to them that he has a gun. So they're all like really, really freaking scared. So the Eugene Police Department responded in full force. They flooded the scene with patrol officers. And they also had a drone team and a Bearcat armored vehicle.
Oh my God.
Yeah, they're real serious now. You can't even do a mass shooting anymore. Thanks, America. Whatever happened to freedom?
Whatever happened to that? I mean, all those bisexuals in the mart must have been terrified.
Yeah.
Do you think there's a lot of bisexuals at Albertsons?
No, this is connected to Albertsons. It's in the same parking lot. It's by Mart.
Oh, Buy Mart.
B.I. Mart, Jerry's favorite store.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's where I get all my trinkets.
Isn't that fantastic?
Yeah.
Nice. Residents were told to shelter in place, and police warned motorists, don't come near here. So don't come near there. At one point, he sat on a curb and was cooperative, putting the object down, but then he refused commands. And officers then fired a sponge round to neutralize him. So they fired a bunch of sponges at him, like SpongeBob SquarePants.
They literally sponge?
They fired sponges at him.
Then he bikini bottomed his ass.
Yeah, they're like,
Wow.
here's a fucking sponge, you scumbag.
That's weird.
Clean out your bong.
That was wild.
That was really good.
Holy shit.
Was that Squidward?
That was SpongeBob.
That's do it again.
That's his laugh. Oh my God. Don't do oh my God. That literally felt like SpongeBob is right behind me.
SpongeBob, where were you July 7th at 9 p.m.?
With Gary.
Guilty!
Wow.
That's a murderer's laugh.
SpongeBob is
I can only do the laugh. I can't do the actual voice.
That was pretty good, dude. That was really, really good.
Officers deployed 40 millimeter less lethal when he got up and started walking around toward the object. So they were just shooting at him. But it was just a bong. After he was in custody, Daniel told investigators that he staged the stunt as a ploy to kill himself.
Oh.
Damn. So they were supposed to take him out and they didn't.
Suicide by cop.
You imagine you want to go get suicided by cop and they throw sponges at
Yeah.
you? I'd be like, this isn't what CNN said happens.
Yeah. They're like, sorry, dude, you're not black.
Yeah, sorry, buddy.
Yeah.
It's not happening. We're not going to kill you today. Well, what the fuck is the point?
Yeah.
Just take a hit of that weed.
Take a bath, hippie.
Yeah.
Here's a sponge.
He's only been charged with disorderly conduct, so
Wow.
Damn.
it's really not that bad.
Try again, guy.
Try again.
No, I'm kidding. Don't.
No, don't smoke the weed out of your gun bong.
Smoke the weed out of your gun bong until you forget that you're trying to do that.
Yes, please God.
Yeah.
I just smoked a bunch of weed and finished Indiana Jones video game.
Oh,
I'm kind of an archaeologist.
are you?
Lastly, a fiend relieved himself in front of a church. But where did he piss, you may ask yourself?
In the nativity set.
In the little part where the holy water is.
Yes.
Oh,
He peed in the holy water, making it the holiest of all water. He's also a registered sex offender. Not that you
Gross.
need to know that because that's his face.
I assumed.
His face looks like a French man who
What
overdosed
the
on cheese. I don't know what.
holy shit.
He looks like he's from like a pirate movie, and he was the first one that got fed to the sharks
He
because
does,
he's
yeah.
very awkward and eats bread all weird.
You need some piss in the water.
Yeah, dude, he looks like a Disney villain, but like from like France 1990, where like they were like, this is too fucked up to send to America. We're just gonna put this in the European back archives.
He's 51 years old. It was a Pennsylvania church. He desecrated the sanctuary as he urinated in the holy water. He approached the pedestal containing the holy water, dropped trow, and let it go.
Wow.
The police officer who prepared the affidavit noted that the pedestal is, quote, is considered an object of veneration. Veneration. Can you search what the hell veneration means? Veneration?
Veneration. Veneration. It should.
Veneration.
It was venerating.
And that Sokol desecrated by polluting it with urine. He polluted it with his own piss.
Yeah, I mean, did that run down to the other holy water fountains as well?
I don't really
Or was
know.
it just like one bowl?
Do you have to like put your hand in a small amount of water and then bless it? Or can you just like go up to a stream and be like, holy water?
No, it has to be blessed by like an appropriate blesser.
You have to grab it.
You have to
Like you have to touch the water.
No, people
No,
get
not
baptized
you.
in like
You
rivers
have
and
to-
stuff.
Yeah, but you have to. It has to be like someone like what is it? Ordained.
Yeah, some pedophile in a dress does that. And
Yeah,
then you're like,
exactly.
oh, I'm good now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The pedophile. In
if
the,
you're lucky.
Yeah.
I got baptized. People who have listened to me for a long time know this, but I was a real fat boy. I'm sure it's shocking. And I got baptized in Jordan River. And Pastor Matt Malik, he was nice enough. We built his church and he had a bunch of money. Anyway, I'm not a big fan. But I was wearing a white t-shirt because I'm a shirt boy. And then I went down and then I went up and then the congregation laughed. They laughed when they
Wow.
saw my
They
man breast.
laughed?
Yeah, I was
Nipples were
13 years
coming
old
through?
with man tits.
Wow.
And
Really
they
fucked
laughed,
up.
and I was like, well, that's embarrassing, and this doesn't feel like I'm better.
Yeah, this doesn't feel very holy.
It's weird that you're getting baptized at 13.
No, you do it's all about puberty.
Oh, that's right.
It's all like a
it's
weird.
it's like first, like you promise your virginity to Jesus.
I promised my dad gave me-
and then you confirm
Save
it.
your dick for Jesus.
And then you do like a communion about it, and then like you remarry him. And you
My-
just constantly.
My father did what I think is super creepy. None of this is real, by the way. But my father did what is super creepy. He gave me a promise ring, and he said, "Ben, save your virginity till marriage. I'm your first love."
I'm your first
I'm your
love.
first. This is the grossest thing when dads do that to their daughters. Please,
Lord.
God, stop that.
Yeah, that's weird.
You guys go to the daddy son dance?
It's never happened.
Veneration.
It's supposed to be veneration. They fucked it up.
Oh.
So veneration is just like a holy object.
Okay, gotcha. So the church worker did confirm that the holy water was contaminated with urine, and he was identified as the suspect. He faces $5,000 unsecured bond, and he was released. I don't know if he
Just like his piss.
yeah.
It's not venerated anymore, but it's venereal.
Yeah. Can you imagine that?
This guy got caught because just looking at him, you could tell he's not hydrated, so his piss isn't going to match the color.
Oh, it's gonna be
Like, why is the holy water brown?
Yeah. Why does it smell like ammonia? Is there 1,000 dead cats?
Just looking at him, you can see his dehydration.
Yeah.
So
His
gross.
eyes are like just long hallways of pitch black darkness.
And not all molestations are the same.
Jesus.
When you're molested by a
Christ.
guy that looks like that, it's just
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
anyway. Don't isolate that audio, please. I'm saying that. Thank you. So he has been arrested. His rap sheet includes criminal trespass, reckless driving, disorderly conduct, driving without a license, and he was convicted in 2014 of indecent exposure and assault without consent, a crime he is forced to register as a sex offender for. So be careful out there. And
Yeah.
before you get crossed by the holy water, take a sniff and ask the priest, did someone piss in this?
Yeah. I love that this is like, hey, we fuck kids here. We don't piss in the holy water.
I know, right? That's where we draw the line.
Yeah.
Come on. This is a sacred place.
There's about to be a new pope. We'll see.
Yeah.
Pope Pizza Bala.
Pizza Belle.
Who knows? All right. Any comments, Kyle?
Yes. We have everyone checking in from where they are. People.
Just in case so they know we're safe. They're safe.
Yeah, I mean, they're talking about
The fetishes.
Bi-Mart is like a hillbilly Costco, someone said, and then people were talking about the different stores and states and countries that they're in right now.
Oh, okay.
Claire's in Scotland, and people are talking about every state.
Okay.
Let's see.
Well, fascinating.
Cool.
Yeah. Pano says he just wanted to lighten the mood by raising her heart rate and blood pressure and giving her lasting PTSD.
Okay. When it comes to the boyfriend with the knife.
Yeah.
Yep.
Very nice. Anyone new?
Let's see.
Kyle has a love affair with piano, and so do we.
Well, I mean, he comments a lot.
He does comment.
That's
a lot.
always good.
He's got a lot of good stuff.
I love that. And
Lori's
we're
wondering why Rosa Parks is involved with black men's fashion excellence.
black. Well, it wasn't men's fashion. I believe it was black people.
Yeah.
As a whole. I don't think it was.
I think it was men's fashion.
It was just.
That's why there were a lot of suits. That's why there were a lot of suits.
I'm sorry. I stand.
Everyone was in a fucking suit.
I sit corrected. Well, that's kind of boring.
Yeah.
Everyone's just in a suit.
Yeah, and then some of them had like capes, and then some of their suits were like blown up,
They
puffy
should-
in places.
What would be the most fun for the Met Gala? 9/11.
No, what are
Oh,
you talking
okay.
about?
I don't know.
UFOs are real.
Oh, UFOs are real. That's what they
Aliens
should
are
do.
already here.
That's so much better than
Theme.
9/11.
Yeah.
So much. Yeah. What would you go? Where would you go with that?
What about 7-Eleven? You have to dress like a little pizza roll.
No, I would obviously dress like the chocolate chip cookie. Ben.
Yeah, you would dress.
Nobody went Indian?
What do you mean? Like Native American?
No, like the people that
He's
own
being-
every
he's-
7-Eleven.
He's being racist.
Yeah.
7-Eleven.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And we thank the Indian Americans for keeping our 7-Elevens and our donkeys going. We appreciate
yeah.
you.
Yeah.
And we appreciate your coffee. Anything else?
Vanessa said you have to be a different kind of famous to wear people on your crotch.
Very true.
How famous do you have to be?
I think if Brad Pitt did it, people would be like, I wish I was Rosa Parks on his crotch. Maybe.
That's true.
He's still a 10, right?
Yeah.
He's got that stupid race car movie coming out, which
is
F,
so
it's
weird.
about F1. It's like, I
Not
don't-
F1, so I can beat the shit out of this kid.
these celebrity kids.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else, Kyle?
People are just very disturbed about your friend that's stomping on people's balls.
Fantastic. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for listening. We will be back later this week. Have a wonderful time. Stay positive. Hail yourself. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye.